Hey guys, it's KK. I hope you all are doing well. I'm here today to share a layout that I created using my February kit. I uploaded a video just a few days ago showing you everything that I included in that kit, and I will link that video down below if you're interested. I wanted to make sure that I was just doing my best to chip away at this kit. So I've already created 3 layouts. This is my 4th using this kit, and that is why some of those papers are already cut and I've already used some things, but I'm really trying to kill this kit and making some good progress. So for today's layout, I really wanted to use that cloud pattern paper, and I just love that pattern paper. I love it so much. So this photograph is of my nephew, and it's just, I don't have a story to tell with it. There's nothing extremely important about the photograph. So I just thought, I'm going to use this cloud paper, and I struggle using motifs like that, like clouds and like hot air balloons, bicycles, anything that doesn't have any real relevance to whatever it is that I'm scrapbooking. I can struggle with those things. But today's layout is a testament that it can be done. So I used that cloud pattern paper. That's what I started with. And right now I'm just looking at these pattern papers, trying to figure out which of them I can use to add some color to this layout. And I end up using that one right there. And I cut it down, and I'm going to use it just kind of like washi, just to kind of mark where I want to do my embellishment clusters, and also just to add a pop of color to this. Everything was very coral, pinky, and aqua, so I just needed a little bit of color just to add some variation and to kind of give some dimension to this layout. So I'm just going to put these 2 strips on the top and the bottom on either side of this. And then again, that's what I'm going to use as my placement or base for where I'm going to put my embellishment clusters. I will say that this photo was a little bit hard to work with because it was hard to matte, because typically I will use a white cardstock to matte a photograph, and I couldn't do that this time because the white just kind of washed out the picture. So what I needed to do was add a pop of color again, and what I used was this red B-side of this pattern paper from American Crafts, and I think it came out really nicely. And then I used this gray Echo Park pattern paper just to make an even bigger mat behind that red. So starting to work on the embellishments, one of the things that was on the sticker sheet that, again, I find hard to use was this huge hot air balloon. But since I was using that cloud paper, I don't know, it just fit the feel, if that makes sense. And I decided to put it up there on the right hand side, and then I brought in some additional cloud die cuts, and I just popped that all on some foam tape just to give it some dimension. And I love the way that it came out. So in an attempt to balance everything out, I'm going to bring another cloud in on the bottom left hand side. These clouds came from that die cut pack that was included, but I don't know if they're Echo Park or if they're Dear Lizzie. I don't remember. They were just kind of a few that were left over, and I put them in my kit. So along with that cloud, I'm going to bring in this wood grain banner here just to kind of balance again that basket on the hot air balloon. And I tried to use this banner on a couple of layouts, and it wasn't working. So today I was like, I have to get rid of this. So I just stuck it on there, put an enamel dot on it, and it was good. I actually like the way it turned out. So at this point, all the major things are in place. I just need to work on my title, and I'm going to do that in just a bit. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try to find something for that wood grain banner, and I couldn't find anything. Ideally, I would have liked like a word sticker, but again, I didn't find anything. But what I did find was this really cute pink and white striped heart on the sticker sheet. So I'm just gonna put it there for now as a placeholder, but I'm gonna end up moving it and putting it on some foam tape in just a little bit. Right now, I'm just using this label that I found from October Afternoon, and I'm just going to shimmy it under that photograph and just again add some more layers and some more dimension to this layout. So I'm going to move this cloud over, and the reason that I'm moving it over is because I want it to look like a cluster, not like two separate things. And I also need to hide the fact that that label has been chopped in half. So for the title, I used this today from a set of chipboard thickers that I had. I think they were from Maggie Holmes, I'm not sure, but I used that along with some foam thickers, and I did my journaling on some strips of paper. I find that journaling on strips of paper like this is my favorite way to journal. I always like my handwriting on the strips. I always like my design afterwards, and it's just my go-to thing. And I really just need to stick with what works and stop trying to venture out on my journaling. I really like journaling strips. It's like the best of both worlds. It's contained and it's very organized like typing is, but at the same time, it's my handwriting and it's simple and I can do it anywhere. So I need to stick with that. So at this point, I'm just adding some foam tape here and there or peeling off parts that I didn't earlier because I wasn't sure everything was where it would end up being. And I'm pretty much done with the layout. I've got everything in place like it should be. I feel like those enamel dots are really bold and really large. They're from Teresa Collins, but I love them. I think they work out great. So here are some still shots, and you'll see here that I trimmed around the layout and I matted it on some gray cardstock just for some added interest. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care.